The concept of remix is a new way of writing and thinking about our culture. Our options for learning in this century have expanded to such a degree that you can learn anything in any form that fits your learning style. From visual to oral, logical, physical, social, verbal, and even solitary, the way we can remix education provides the means to reach people of all styles and of all nations. So, the objective in an education setting, such as English 250, we can tap into all these different ways and learn how to incorporate them into our careers and our lives. So how do we do this? We start off the class by focusing on pop culture right away. One could try and deny the way popular culture affects our lives, but if you stop and think about it, pop culture seeps into almost every space, especially when you focus on the impact it makes. Our lives almost revolve around it. English 250 is broken up into 6 major sections. In the first section, we take the medium of books and read popular culture articles that discuss topics from identities, assumptions, critique, and credibility. This is important to realize when a growing percentage of people are publishing books, blogs, and music that question things like identity and credibility. The important focus of understanding these different topics was to be able to read a published paper and summarize it effectively in a certain amount of space. This relates to pop culture because we need to be able to take complex ideas and format them to be able to reach people quicker and of even lower literacy. After we write our summaries, we present verbally to the class with a group and peer conference to get each other's opinions and to practice constructive criticism. Through these activities, we grow in confidence and group dynamic when understanding how a group works together. In between units, we are spending time immersing ourselves with a lot of media. From TED Talks to mashups, Twitter to blog posts, the goal is to see how media has changed the way we communicate. Overall, Remix seems to present an opportunity to enrich creativity. The main portion of what we took from the first units, we became able to apply it to the next unit, which is taking a written piece and analyzing its credibility, its audiences, biases, and more to figure out what makes a piece of communication good when it is trying to connect to a certain issue or audience. In Unit 4, we continued with analysis to visual analysis, which allowed us to examine art and advertisement and really pick apart what makes Remix effective. How does an advertisement communicate a certain message, and is it successful? This becomes very valuable when a big portion of Remix communication is visual. Finally, we presented our ideas to the class to learn how to effectively communicate verbally our data and ideas. Our biggest unit was mediation. The past units had set us up to develop an argument to determine the validity of information. This time we are taking an issue, developing both sides of a case, and finding a happy medium. We use credible sources and creative visual aids to practice coming to conclusions. If you think about how Remix takes all different learning styles and modes of communication and wraps them into one, it can be reflected in mediation and trying to make a good impact for a greater amount of people. To end the semester, we take all of those units and remix them together to make this. A collection of our work revised and reflected upon. We focus on 4 styles of communication: writing, oral, visual, and electronic, and combine them together to get the ultimate remix, a fusion of pictures, music, words, and electricity to make the most effective impact and quickly share information while enhancing and enriching my creativity. What is Remix? This is Remix. This is English 250.